Today I'm marking 1 full year since I started taking Zepbound. And over the past year, one question has followed me everywhere I go. Friends ask it, family asks it, even strangers ask it. So, when do you stop taking it? It sounds simple, doesn't it? But the truth is the answer is way more complicated than most people realize, because when people stop medications like Wegovy, Ozempic, Mounjaro, or Zepbound, something very specific tends to happen. And today I want to share exactly what I've learned after 1 full year, the wins, the challenges, and what it really means to take this medication long term. And that question, when do you stop taking it? We'll come back to that one in just a minute. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. When I first started Zepbound, I made a conscious decision that I wasn't going to tell anyone. Not friends, not extended family, not even most people that were close to me. Why? Honestly, it was simple. I didn't know if it was going to work. Like so many people who have struggled with weight, I had tried everything before. My mindset was basically, this probably won't work either. And I knew there would be questions, lots of them. Some out of curiosity, some out of concern, and yes, some from judgment. At the time, I didn't feel like I had enough answers, so I chose to focus on myself first. Have you ever tried something that everyone told you would work, but you weren't sure? Comment below. I would love to hear your story. But once I was prescribed Zepbound, I became obsessed with understanding it. I dove into everything I could find: medical research, clinical trials, pharmaceutical updates, news coverage, patient experiences, everything I could get my hands on. And I noticed something quickly. The world of GLP-1 medications is moving fast. Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, and Zepbound, suddenly everyone's talking about them. But the information out there, often confusing, incomplete, or just plain wrong. So I started sharing what I was learning. That's really how this channel began, a place to navigate the facts, separate the hype from reality, and help others understand this new landscape. 1 year in, and the biggest change was not just the weight loss. It was that I did not feel like I was starving all the time. I could eat a full meal, and an hour later, my stomach wasn't growling. For the first time in my life, that noise had quieted down, and honestly, it was life-changing. Now let's talk numbers. From the start, weight loss was not the #1 priority. Yes, I needed to lose weight, but what I was really concerned about were those numbers. I had high blood pressure, I was pre-diabetic for 10 years, and I had extremely high cholesterol. These are a triple threat. They increase the risk of heart attack and stroke. And that is what I was afraid of. That's what drove me to try this medication. So since being on Zepbound, I was able to stop my blood pressure medication. This morning, my blood pressure was 112/77. At my 6-month blood work check-in, my A1C was normal for the first time in 10 years. Now, it was on the high end of normal, but it was still normal. And my cholesterol dropped dramatically, though it's still being closely monitored by my doctor. Weight-wise, I have lost 28 pounds so far. Clothes that were tight are now loose, and some are way too big, and I've had to donate them. Looking at my dosing, I started at 2.5 milligrams, just like everyone else, for my first month. At month 2, I moved into the 5 milligram, and I stayed there for most of this first year because I was responding so well and I was managing the side effects. But after a multi-month weight loss plateau, I recently increased to 7.5 milligrams. Even with more exercise and careful attention to protein and nutrients, I knew it was time to titrate up because I just was not losing any more weight, and I do still need to lose some. I'm proud of my progress, but I know there's more work ahead of me, especially focusing on strength training, which you've probably heard me say I hate, and I'm not crazy about it, but I know I need to do it to protect muscle mass and bone density. That is extremely important when you're losing weight. So let's get back into that same question that comes up every single time. So when do you stop taking it? Everyone asks me this as soon as they find out I'm on it. And here's the thing. Most people assume weight loss medications work like this. You take them, you lose the weight, and then you stop. But GLP-1 medications don't really work that way. They're more like medications for high blood pressure or diabetes, long-term tools to manage your body's systems and keep you healthy. Stopping suddenly can cause weight regain or other changes your body is not prepared for. That's why there isn't a simple stop date. So when someone asks me now, when are you going to stop taking it? My answer is simple. There isn't a universal answer. I'm working with my doctor to decide my next steps. For many people, medications like Zepbound are meant to be long-term. The key is working with your doctor to figure out what makes sense for your health, your blood work, your goals, your body composition, everything. 1 year ago, I started Zepbound not knowing if it would work. A year later, I've learned that weight regulation is far more complicated than most of us were taught. And I've met so many amazing people through this channel who are walking this same path with me. GLP-1 medications are not magic, but for many people, they are a powerful tool. The more we understand the benefits, the risks, and the realities, the better decisions we can make about our own health. If you're on a similar journey, I would love to hear your experiences in the comments. Please share with me. What has been the biggest surprise for you so far? If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.